And his opponent in this title bout, making his way to the ring in the red corner, please put your hands together for Jamie Bates.
Like 0 degrees, I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary guy, let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the. Wake up, get out the sheets. We came for one man, forget my peace. You take the west, I'll take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the. I hear him chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, not so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize, white girls, let her tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan, if you wanna touch me, please use caution. Beg, please get on your knees, came from the jungle, up in the trees. I got a few tricks up in the sleeve, one wrong move, I'ma let out the.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event of the evening. It's Romania versus England, and this is for the FSC Welterweight International Pro K1 belt. This title bout is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds and is being sponsored by the Green House Tnf. In the blue corner, representing Team CARDOS and Romania, please put your hands together for Anghel CARDOS. And his opponent facing across the ring in this title bout, representing Four Corners Gym and the UK. Let's hear it for Jamie Bates. Once again, this title bout is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds, and your referee, Mickey Taylor.
The referee gives both fighters their instructions, both looking very focused. Let's see how they come out.
So it's CARDOS in the black with green trim, Bates in the silver with orange trim.
Both fighters there just sizing each other up, just, you know, downloading data, seeing what the other fighter's doing, making plans. Just on a touch out now with the round kicks to the legs and to the body, utilizing the jab. Jamie Bates looks very, very sharp with his jab there.
Typically measured start from guys with this many fights. Jamie's just probing there with the jab, looking for gaps in that guard.
Absolutely, no running forward there, throwing wild shots, just both of them very composed, both at the top of their game there. Jamie just came out with a lovely lead left hook there. Just caught a little jab there, but slipped off. Again, Jamie leading off with a left hook. Interesting shot to lead off. Lovely round high kick there. Just caught in the glove of Anghel there. CARDOS defending well.
I like what Jamie's doing with his jab there. He's just picking, mixing it up. Sometimes he's touching him, sometimes he's hitting him hard.
Yeah, just confusing your opponent, you know, is this shot going to be hard, is it soft? Get them thinking, you know, think about anything else other than defending the shots coming in, because they're just so much setting puzzles, setting traps now, I think. You know, hopefully Jamie's going to continue to just land that left jab, just pick away his opponent, come in with a nice strong low kicks. Lovely front kick there to the body, just making CARDOS ask questions.
A jab to the body, step deep.
Jamie there straight back to the jab. Nice high guard, lovely lead round kick to the body there on CARDOS. Caught and clean. CARDOS is starting to slow down a little bit now. Oh, missed there with the right high kick there.
Normally with Orthodox fighters fighting with a left foot forward, you expect the right leg to be the power leg. With Bates, it's the left leg. That's where the real power is, the hurting shot.
That's an interesting dilemma for his opponent to solve there. Great first round. I mean, you know, for scoring it, it's a hard round to score. I would have to edge towards Jamie. I just felt there he was a little bit busy, perhaps connected a little bit more there. I wasn't able to count the landed shots. Just seemed a little bit more dominant, but you know, a reasonably even round. But
felt
if
like
I was
Jamie was
forced
maybe
to,
controlling where the action took
so.
place.
I would want to score it to Jamie there on a 10-9 perhaps.
But very small margin there, really not a lot in it. Let's see what they bring in the next round. We're expecting them to amp things up now, you know, because there's only 3 rounds in this fight. 3 rounds just doesn't give you a long time to pace a match.
Okay, so we come out now for the second round. Both fighters meeting in the center of the ring. Jamie getting back on that jab, doubling the jab up there, just catching, just grazing CARDOS there with a second jab. Again with that lead left round kick to the body, falling a little bit short. CARDOS there cutting Jamie off, trying to get him in the corner, but then Jamie straight out again with that lead left hook.
That spin hook that he throws there, he just gets himself out of all kinds of trouble, gets himself into good punching positions.
So it's interesting there what you said before with Jamie boxing or fighting out of an orthodox stance, but however his left leg is his strongest leg there.
I think that it's the shot that's the most telling now. It's the one that's landing the most. When he's let the right leg go, he hasn't been finding the target, but that left leg's been very consistent.
Absolutely, Jamie, very measured there with his punches. He's great balance and coordination. Not a hint of ring rust there, as again he takes the center of the ring, misses with a right uppercut.
Anghel just looking a little bit bloody in the nose there, looking a little bit flustered now in this second round.
Yeah, flustered is a word I would absolutely use there.
But of course, Anghel, he fights very tall. He fights with his feet close together, where Jamie fights a little bit lower. So they look about the same height, but actually Jamie's the taller man.
Yeah, so Jamie about 6'1", I believe. CARDOS probably around about 5'9". You know, giving away a good few inches in height there, but as you say, Jamie just levels himself out a little bit. CARDOS sits up high, yes, yeah. I have to say, Jamie using the ring there beautifully, using his footwork to get out of trouble. There you go, using the left there just to post out there, moving CARDOS off.
It's gorgeous to see a guy who can fight coming forward and fight up against the ropes. He's just got so many strings to his bow.
You can see the experience, but, you know, giving CARDOS some credit here. He's putting up a good fight. You know, measured performance, not coming out swinging, not coming out throwing. Lovely little 1-2 left hook combo there, and I think he caught Jamie there just on the bell, but a legal shot.
That's right, so we've been talking Jamie up a lot. You know, I've been beating him up too much. I don't think that we've given enough credit there in the way that we're talking about how good CARDOS actually is. He's putting up a damn good fight. He's looking good. He's landing some. You know, but I just feel like Jamie stepped it up a little bit in that round, and he edged it more certainly than the first even.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I mean, CARDOS did have a good second round there. He didn't give away too much ground. In fact, on 2 occasions at least, he actually worked Jamie into the corner. But, you know, Jamie, rather than moving off to the left or right, he came forward with controlled and centered aggression, and then actually pushed CARDOS back into the center of the ring.
And that's a function of the size that he's got at this weight. He cuts an enormous figure at 77 kilos. I don't know how he does it.
What's Jamie Bates' walk-around weight?
Oh, up in the 90s.
Really? Okay, we move into the third round here. Again, CARDOS, hands nice and high, just looking to find some cracks in Jamie Bates' armor. Shoots in there with a right high front push kick. Getting a little bit busier now. Jamie coming up with the body and then back up to the head with a straight right.
CARDOS able to land some punches there. When he let them go, he is landing. I think that's what he needs to do right now, is just let his punches go.
Absolutely. CARDOS again getting Jamie into the corner. I think hard to see from this position, but I think we had a left kick there that caught perhaps to the groin.
CARDOS complaining that it was a little bit low. Mickey Tell's not having any of it. He just says, get on with it.
Again, Jamie Bates back in with a jab. He's caught there. It fell a little bit short actually with a high round kick there, but working lovely off that left jab and left hook. CARDOS coming forward, hands high.
And CARDOS knows he needs to do this now. He needs to push in, but he's stepping his feet in. He's not letting the hands go.
Well, as you say, if this is indeed a 3-round fight, CARDOS needs to be much busier. He needs to throw relative caution to the wind there and just put a bit more pressure on Jamie Bates. If he's getting him into the corner, then he needs to do something while he's there. He just turned his right hand around the side of the guard there, caught CARDOS. Nicely on the side, and again with the right hook there over the top of the CARDOS guard.
Another right hand.
Cardos can't afford to just stay there with his hands high, because he's just leaving himself exposed or static for that Bates right hook around the side.
Well, that third round turned into a boxing match. There was very little kicking to be seen.
I believe we've got, it's actually a 5 round. We're going to check that it's a 5-round fight. There we go, yes. It's a 5, it looks to me to be a 5 2-minute round. We do apologize, the fight card hadn't been very clear on that, but it looks to me to be a 5 2-minute round fight. So we've got 2 more rounds in the bag.
Oh, brilliant, even better.
Sorry,
2 more rounds
out of the bag to be put into the bag. It's lovely to see Goth Bates there ringside as well.
Master Goth, he's one of the originals for kickboxing too.
One of the OGs, along with my original coach and martial arts trainer Steve Jessup of the Zheng Delao Martial Arts Academy, Goth Bates, you know, as you say, the OGs, the originals. Love to see him there supporting his son, obviously giving him, drawing from those decades and decades and decades of martial arts and fight experience.
I think more than anything he can say, just having his father there, I mean, that must be enormous. I mean, I can't imagine the feeling.
Absolutely. I mean, it's lovely to see Goth there in good health, ringside, supporting his son.
That father-son bond, that's just such a special thing.
I'm unsure now about what's actually happening. If it was indeed a 3-round fight, I'm a bit confused about what's happening in the ring.
There might
here.
be some confusion in the ring. I think maybe they're arguing the toss about how many rounds it was supposed to be.
Well, if they're confused in the ring, we're going to be confused out here, right? So we're just waiting for a confirmation. Once again,
Anghel CARDOS seems upset.
I want to say thanks for joining us on 8K Live. Your money has been well spent tonight. You've had a great card, some great fights. Congratulations to Stephen Sinclair, the promoter of Fight Fest Championship. He's put on a great show tonight at the Walker Dome. We're just admiring that the venue we're in.
What a great venue. Feels like the Cy Thomas Super Arena.
It really does. A great venue to have such an amazing fight card on. And, you know, and again, to see the return of Jamie Bates and Cardos there, putting in a tremendous performance. 2 fighters from glory, you know, world championship kickboxing, world level kickboxing, brought straight here in your backyard in the Northeast.
That's huge, having this level of fighting right here in Newcastle. It's amazing.
Well, again, we're not really sure what's happening in the ring. There's some confusion there. It's been lovely to meet you tonight, though, Pete. I'm definitely going to come over to your Unity Gym.
Newcastle Fight Centre.
Newcastle Fight Centre. Thank you, sir. Buy your lunch, get some training in, and catch up.
Brilliant.
I've really enjoyed meeting you tonight, and we've seen some good fights.
Now let's just see if the officials can iron out this confusion.
It looks like the fighters are equally confused, so we must apologize for this, but it's all part of the drama, all part of the fun on this live feed. I believe the fighters are in discussion about whether or not they're going to continue for 2 more rounds, and I think, I don't want to say I feel sorry for Jamie, but I think
it's unfortunate.
It feels like he's being coerced a little bit.
The fighter shouldn't be put on the spot.
No, absolutely not. I remember a fight card I was promoting on, it was the SFC Scottish Fight Challenge in Glasgow, and it was almost as if the fighters, the audience was actually cheered about whether 1 more round, and then they fought 1 more, and I don't agree with that. You know, I don't like fighters being coerced.
You can't do that to a fighter because fighters are proud. They'll do anything, you know, especially when they're in this moment, when there's all that pressure on them, when there's all those eyes on them. You know, if you suggest to somebody that they should fight, they will fight. You know, but what they need to do is fight the contracted number of rounds. So that's what they need to go to. The staff, the corner, they need to take command. It cannot be on Jamie and Angel to make decisions.
Absolutely not.
That.
It's not fair on either. It's not fair on Angel as well if he wanted to, you know, fight 2 more rounds and you know, out of obviously pride and perhaps feeling he could bring those back, and he was under the impression it was 5 rounds, Jamie under the impression it was 3. So I'm not really sure what the confusion is. However, this will be resolved. And again, for the pay-per-view crowd at home, it all adds to the spice and the drama. You may or may not see another 2 rounds of of high-level professional kickboxing. Well, to be honest, if it's not resolved in the next few minutes, I think myself and Peter maybe have to go ringside and find out what's going on. Just as an interesting note, actually, Peter, as the fight card was being announced and the fights were being announced and the posters were being put together, a poster came out to announce myself and you doing the commentary and the hosting. Except there was quite a few comments thinking that we'd actually signed to fight one another. two old but handsome legends coming out of retirement. But I was curious to think what would the rule set be? You know, I mean, my jiu-jitsu's decent, but it's not a patch on yours, my friend.
The rule set would be, well, you can't kick me in my bad knee if I can't hit you in your bad shoulder.
You're not allowed to touch my left arm.
All guy rules.
You can't touch my left arm. Yeah. It's like that episode of, I don't know if you've ever watched Friends, but you know, when they're going to have that fight and Ross and Chandler, the two characters, meet these two guys who are going to have a fight, but then they say, well, are we hitting heads? Well, why won't we hit heads? Well, we've got work tomorrow, no hitting heads. We can't kick either, we can't kick.
Be like that.
Old guy rules, I love it. Well, the promoter, Stephen Sinclair, is actually in the ring right now, talking to both fighters, assuming... Would you be able to just pass me this? I'm just going to get this fight card and see what I had down as the...
I'm just guessing this is the controversy. That's the only thing that I can think about.
Well, in actual fact, unfortunately, I wasn't given the rounds for the fight card and for the notes I'd put down. However, I believe I heard the announcer say 5 2-minute rounds. That's what I had heard. So when you said 3, I wondered then if it was 3-3. So here we go.
It's not the way we wanted to end the show. Due to confusion of how many rounds the fight was meant to be, unfortunately the bout has been declared a no contest.
Oh, no.
That's a shame. Thank you for joining us on Fight Fest Challenge 16 here at the Walker Dome. Unfortunately, there on the last fight, there's been some controversy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not the way
as
we
I
want to end the
understand
show,
it,
but please
a
put your
confusion
hands
there in
together.
regards to the rounds. So unfortunately, the fight's been declared a no contest due to the confusion. At least that's what I can make of it. Peter, what's your feelings on this?
Yeah, it's been declared a no contest. It's not for me to comment on what's correct or not. It's just a real shame that a great show and a great fight has ended in a disappointment, not knowing how to feel about it. Still, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on an incredible night.
Yeah.
It was amazing. A lot of great fights.
We're just having a final announcement here in the ring.
Bates family is us entering the ring now.
Awesome to see you, bro.
And of course, support of the show. We've got more action coming your way later on in the So keep an eye on social media.
I'll see you soon, brother.
Trying to be on the live stream?
Yeah. See you later.
We've got Christoph in, we've got Iron Fist in on the live stream. Good to have him in. Take care. See you later. We've had a great show tonight. A little bit of controversy at the end, but we don't want to focus too much on that. It's been a great night. We've had some great fights, an incredible card. We've had an expansive undercard, as I've said, and it was lovely to see. It's been lovely to see the return of Jamie Bates into the professional ring tonight. We had the ASAP and McKenna there, kind of putting on a great show. High round kick to the head there. Overall, we've had some good matchups. Absolutely.
Here comes the Anghel CARDOS.
Come through, of course. No. We'd love to bring you in for. Well, I think that horse has maybe just thought there maybe we could have got him in for an interview, but perhaps he's not in the best of states to be interviewed. It's been a good night. It's been a great venue. We've had a great crowd, a very busy crowd, a packed crowd. I wouldn't want to say a number necessarily, but it seems that every seat was filled tonight. The pay-per-view, I'm sure, has been a success. And I apologize for any of the walk past or the walk-throughs. It has been a live event. It has been on 8K Live. Myself, James Watling, Peter Irving, it's been a pleasure to commentate for you tonight, to host the show. What's your feelings, Peter, on the event tonight overall?
Long may it continue. It was great to see so much up-and-coming local talent coming up alongside our greatest Northeast kickboxer of the day. It was just brilliant. So thanks for watching Fight Fest.
Thanks for watching tonight. It's been a pleasure to serve you. I think we'll be back for another stream. I think we'll be back for another show to host. And on the next show, I'll make sure that I'm going to dress a little bit more higher end. You outshine me tonight.
It's my off-the-shelf McGregor look.
And it works a treat. So thanks for joining us tonight, viewers. Hope you've enjoyed the show, and we'll see you again soon. This is James Watling and Peter Irving saying thank you, and we're glad you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next time.